the halftime show, so to speak, is over. We got to see 3 rounds of knockout, 2 free throws, and in the middle of the sandwich was a 3-point level shooting knockout tournament. And it was quite competitive. In fact, there were 2 people from Cardinal in the last free throw competition, and there was only 1 6th grader out of the final 6. There was 1 4th grader and 4 5th graders with it as well. So it was kind of cool to see how the 4th graders were really dominant and the 5th graders obviously excelled over those 6th graders.
And that's what today is all about at the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball Elementary Showcase. It's about competing, having fun, and we've done a ton of that already. We've got 3 games left for you. Up first is the girls' 6th grade contest, so we're going to take a short break here as we let you tune in and listen to the player introductions, and then we'll get back to some action with John Kostis and Steve Hare from Ohio Varsity on the call. I think up first we're actually going to have the MVP award for the 6th grade girls. That is going to go to Delaney Marison from Geneva. As Mr. Jansen makes his way out to center court.
All right, welcome to the 3rd annual Big Leaf Showcase, 6th grade girls edition. I'm going to try not to do a lot of talking today, so Tony, I haven't seen that. But I do want to, we have some awards to give out for this year. We do MVP for each league. This year we had co-MVPs. 2 oldest programs, I know it's only a couple years old, but that's one way to put it, are Geneva and women on the girls' end. I was doing all boys leagues, and Mac and Jeff both wanted games, wanted to get involved, and their desire to have team play and go to our girls' league into, we had 11 teams in each division for 56, another 68 for 3rd. But they battled for 3-4 years now, and they are just great running rivalries and everything I wanted to be. So I have Matt and Jeff Richmond are going to be our coaches of the year. And my players of the year are going to be Delaney Marison and Mariah Woods. So there's the choice. So I have Mariah, Matt, and Jeff out here, please. The flu bug we keep hearing about that struck Geneva, and Delaney, unfortunately, tried to get crazy to be here, but
So it's a co-player of the year. You've got Delaney Marison from Geneva, who is not here, and Mariah Woods, who I believe is from Wyndham, if I remember correctly from last year. And then you also have co-coaches of the year, Jeff Richmond from Geneva and Matt Cunningham from Wyndham. It's Mac there on the left with the black hoodie, and Jeff Richmond on the right. The 6th grade girls co-coaches of the year for Big Leaf Basketball.
And if I remember correctly from last year, Mariah Woods dominated this game.
Yes. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game. I know you've got some outstanding players on both teams. And then obviously the inspirational aspect of it with Skylar Skarnecchia playing in the game, who was the beneficiary of this event last year as she was going through treatment for cancer. She had part of her leg amputated, and here she is a year later playing in this game.
the away team will be our pink team, and our home team will be our purple team. We're going to begin with the away team, so we're going to start with the pink team.
So here come the introductions.
Up first, at power forward, 5 feet 5 inches tall from Wyndham, number 1, Bria Daniel. At point guard, 5 foot 5 inches tall from Berkshire, number 2, Madison Roscoe. At point guard, 4 feet 11 inches tall from K-State Northfield High School, number 3, Montana Granahan. At post, 5 Sophia Scott. And it's all forward by the tall from Geneva, number 9, Sydney Sorber. At center, 5 feet 7 inches tall from Berkshire, number 10, Haley Stoddard. The coaches have this at point guard, 5 feet 3 inches tall from Wyndham, number 11, Mariah Wood. And now for the purple team, our home team tonight. At point guard, standing 5 feet tall from Crestwood, number 1, Zoe Babin. At guard, 4 feet 9 inches tall from Crestwood, number 2, Hannah Bailey. Power forward, 5 feet 4 inches tall from Wood Middle School, number 3, Taylor Blackman. Shooting guard, slash point guard, 5 feet 4 inches tall from Wyndham, number 4, Denise Cunningham. At guard, 5 feet 2 inches tall from Montezuma Valley, number 5, Leah DeVos. At point guard, 4 feet 9 inches tall from Geneva, number 6, Mahara Romantic Jackson. At small forward, slash point guard, 5 feet 4 inches tall from Wyndham, number 7, Angelina Jones. At point guard, 4 feet 10 inches tall from Riverside, number 8, Lizzie Keller. At point guard, 5 feet 7 inches tall from Geneva, number 9, Delaney Harrison. Delaney is 9 junior. At center, standing 5 feet 4 inches tall from Fairborn Market, number 10, Brittany Poplitz. At center, standing 5 feet 4 inches tall from Preston, number 11, Jasmine Stevens. And finally, at center, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall from Wyndham, number 12, Abby Stevens. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And we're back.
Ready for another game, Steve?
I think so. We've got 3 more in this great event, the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball Elementary Showcase presented by Great Lakes Growers. We're here at Cardinal High School, been here all morning, all afternoon, and we'll be here early into the evening.
What's exciting about this is we're getting our second set of 6th grade games, and then we're going to get to see some 5th grade action and then the JV girls action. So we've got a couple older kids coming in again to kind of showcase what they've been learning in the Big Leaf group since 3rd grade, where we started today.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm looking forward to this game because there is a ton of talent in this game. On the pink squad, you get Mariah Woods, who we remember from last year. She's one of the MVPs, and for good reason. She dominated in this event last year. on the pink squad, you also have Madison Durasco, a Berkshire player, great athlete in multiple sports. And then you have the inspirational aspect of Skylar Skarnakia out here playing 1 year after she was the beneficiary of this event. As you can see, she had her leg amputated through part of her chemotherapy treatment for cancer. And, now she's back playing soccer and basketball, so very inspirational.
Mariah Woods starting off with the ball. Passing it around the horn from Durasco to Skarnakia. Skarnakia back to Woods. Woods to Polacek. Polacek with the shot, hard off the glass. Now Durasco's down and contested with Lee DeMoss from the purple team. That's a jump ball, which means purple gets the possession error after pink won the tip-off. Bringing up the ball is Lizzie Keller. Keller passes it to the corner. That's DeMoss again. DeMoss tried to get to Platnick, but was stolen by Skarmakia. Skarmakia to Woods. Woods brings it up and gets it to Durasco. Durasco with the shot from the wing, and she got it. There's the first two of this four-quarter, 12-minute running clock style format. There's 11 minutes remaining in this first quarter. So Keller's bringing it up again, guarded by Woods, who was dominant in this event last year. That's Romantic Jackson who passes it back to Keller. That rims out. Rebound goes to Jackson again. Jackson dribbling and stolen by Skarmakia. Skarmakia being very aggressive early. That's Sorber in the corner. Kicks it back out to Durasco. Durasco tries to get it to Woods. We've seen a lot of contested passes here. So Woods has it. She's in the corner. Passes it back to Sorber. Sorber swings it to Skarmakia, who misses her shot, but just barely. Woods puts it back up, and now it's 4-0 in favor of the pink team. Keller will bring it up once again. Keller passes it to Pomplus. Pomplus to Jackson on the inside. Jackson on the inside gets it to the post. Off the glass, just misses. But she nabbed her own rebound. Time will be called.
Had the national anthem start up again. Thought we were going to take a break.
Right. We're all going to stand real quickly, take off our headsets. The ball is contested on the ground between three players. Should be a jump ball, which means it's pink possession once again.
I see Sydney Sorber out there in the starting lineup. I already mentioned her dad is here. He coached one of the boys' teams earlier. Chip is the head coach out at Geneva, head football coach. I don't see Mom Chrissy in the stand, so I'll assume she's on the go with one of the other children and obviously tuned into our broadcast. So hi, Chrissy. How are you?
That shot was from Polacek. Didn't go in. Rebound from Jackson. Jackson trying to get to the inside. Foul's called on the floor, which means it will be a purple possession. Jackson gets it near the block. She's ready to go up, but instead passes it back out to Pomplus. Pomplus passes it back to Jackson. Jackson being contested, looking for a way out. That was Durasco.
Yeah.
And another jump ball. It's going to be purple possession again, but that's now 3 jump balls here in the first 4 minutes. You're seeing a lot of contested balls. That helps out going into the first set of substitutions for this pink team, which has already garnered a 4-point lead. The subs were just for the purple team there. First shot up from Stevens. Couldn't get to go. It's pink ball. Durasco will bring the ball up. Durasco comes in, passes it back out to Woods, but it's intercepted by Babnick. Babnick passes it into Jones. Jones gets fouled. She'll take 2 shots from the line. Just over 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play.
Once again, this is the Big Leaf Basketball Elementary Showcase presented by Great Lakes Growers and a host of other sponsors, which we'll get to momentarily.
Jones takes the first shot, knocks it in. She's from Wyndham at 5'4". She plays small forward and point guard. Her favorite player is another throwback, AI, Allen Iverson. And her favorite team is the Golden State Warriors, while she also enjoys playing softball. She misses the second one. Rebound goes to Mariah Woods. Woods is bringing the ball up the court, finds a way to get inside the lane, passes it to the corner where Sorber shoots, misses, and the weak side rebound goes to the purple team. That's Kenise Cunningham bringing it up. Kenise passes it over to Jones. Jones at the wing is being guarded by Skarmakia. She throws in the middle. Ball looks like it's being tied up. A foul is called. That shot is waved off. Score still 1-4. Purple ball.
Looks like Sorber was called for the foul. She was in there. Looked like she had her hand all over the ball, but
Stevens got the ball off the inbound pass, high off the glass, but a soft touch puts it in. The score 4-3 with 6:20 remaining. Woods is bringing it up, the little stutter step at the three-point line, gets it inside. She passes it over to Polachek, who misses the shot. Now it's back out. No one's able to get much going. And wow, Sorber hits the deck hard, but gets the ball, gets it over to Woods. Now she's contested, and it gets over to Babnick. Woods somehow gets back up with the ball, puts it up, and gives her team a 3-point lead. The score 6-3 now with 5:50 remaining here in the first quarter.
well, I expect to see Sorber play aggressively considering her dad's a football coach. Brother Tate is in the Air Force, so shout out to him.
That's Babnick bringing the ball up, passes it back to Jones. Jones is being guarded by Richmond. Trying to get to the inside. There's another jump ball. So now the pink team will get the ball. They just set a new set of subs in. That's Stoddard passing over to Montana McGranahan. We've heard McGranahan a lot here today already. I believe that's the third McGranahan. Ball's in the corner. Pass goes back out to Richmond. Richmond for three. Just short, but right on the mark, and she gets her own rebound. Now there's another jump ball. Make that 5 in the opening 7 minutes of play. Kenise Cunningham will now give it to Zoe Babnick. Babnick, a 5-foot point guard out of Crestwood. Babnick passes it.
Got about 4 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the first quarter.
The full swing goes over to the block. Back out to Jones. Jones at the baseline looking for anything. Finds Babnick, who puts it up and just misses. She gets her own rebound, and here's another jump ball. Jump ball number 6 already of this opening quarter. You love to see the aggressive play out of both of these squads.
Looks like we've got a line change coming in for purple here shortly. 5 new players lined up at the scorer's table.
McGranahan passes it across, and now it's stolen. That's Babnick. She has all the space in the world, and she's not able to get it as Brooke Richmond came from behind rather quickly, closing a lot of space and forced a quick shot. With 3:40 remaining, we'll see that next line change for the purple team. Bainey and Blatnick are coming back out, as well as Romancic Jackson. Jackson has the ball, pump fakes, puts it off the glass and in. Coming off the bench and into the scorebook, the score now 6-5.
Nice little move to get inside and finish on the rim.
That's McGranahan who passes it. The ball is recovered before going out of bounds, and now it's back to Stoddard. Stoddard trying to get inside, throws the ball up, it bounces off every inch of the rim before finally falling in. The score 5-8. Just under 3 minutes left to play. That's Romancic Jackson again. She passes it over to Blatnick and then to Bainey. Back to Jackson. Jackson puts it up. Can't get to go in, but the rebound goes Pomplus' way. Pomplus can't get to go. Jackson takes it and is fumbling towards the ground. She draws a foul. It will remain purple possession. The inbound pass is intercepted by Sophia Scott. She was in that knockout tournament in the Final Four for the last free throw competition. Stoddard now has the ball just outside the three-point area, and it's intercepted by Lee DeMoss, who takes a lot of contact, draws the foul, and the purple team will inbound the ball here with just over 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Romantic Jackson has it at half court. She gets around the defender, Scaraco. Ball's on the inside, shots up and in from Brittany Pomplus. So now it's pink team ball. The score 7-8 with just 1:45. That's Sophia Scott. Scott tries to get it over to her fellow teammate, but the pass goes wide. Probably a result of good defense from Taylor Blatnick, really smothering that passing lane. So Romantic Jackson brings it back up. Passes it over to the wing, shots up from Pomplus, and she just rims it out. Rebound goes Scott's way. That's McGranahan bringing it up. Finding her way to the wing. She's smothered by 3 people. Again, tries to get it to Haley Stoddard, but again, it goes out of bounds as the passing lanes are being covered rather well here late in the first quarter. Romantic Jackson brings it up, passes it over to the wing, but it's mishandled by Bainey before trickling out of bounds with 51-7 remaining. Brings it back up to Montana McGranahan. The third McGranahan today that we've seen.
Family affair today.
Right. What's fun about that is it means your siblings are here in the crowd and cheering you on because you know you haven't made multiple trips there and back from James A. Garfield. Jackson will bring it up, the pass coming from DeMoss out of Pymatuning Valley.
It also means the family is enjoying a lot of concession food for lunch and dinner.
Yes. There's Bainey passing to Blatnick, back over eventually to Jackson. Jackson takes the screen, absorbs some contact at the wing, and finally gets it out. Shots up, but way short. We'll call that a pass to Jackson before it's stolen away by Haley Stoddard.
13.9 seconds left in the first quarter of this 6th grade girls game.
It's a 1-point game, but the pink team has the opportunity here to try and get a little bit larger of a lead with 10 seconds. McGranahan's intercepted. It's going the other way, but no, it trickles out of bounds. It will be pink ball with 4.5 seconds remaining.
Can they get a shot off?
Purple calls timeout. And it looks like the coaches are having a little bit of back and forth banter. We're seeing a repeat coach here.
Couple of them. Craig Martin over here.
We had an interview earlier, and we've talked about how great all of these coaches have been with working with the kids and teaching fundamentals, yes, but also some of the more intricate parts of the game. These are all all-stars here. These are all people who excel at the fundamentals. Why not get to the next level of teaching? Purple ball, 4.5 seconds. Jackson has it, 3, 2, 1. She passes it. A shot will not get off here at the end of the first quarter. And the score after 1 is 8-7 in favor of the pink team.
And with that, we're going to talk about some of our sponsors for the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball Elementary Showcase presented by Great Lakes Growers. Our other sponsors include Smack Basketball, the Geauga Knights of Baseball, Coffee Corners, Flowers by Emily, Junior Cavs, Hi-Fi Entertainment, Warren's Spirited Kitchen, Lulu True Holistic Beauty and Wellness, Troy Manufacturing, Vinny's Authentic Italian Eatery, Shetler Office Solutions, Arcade Painting, OhioBasketball.com, Lifetime Video Diaries, and the crew from Ohio Varsity providing your live stream. I am Steve Hare, and joining me is John Kostis, who is on the play-by-play.
We're heading into quarter number 2. The purple team will start with the ball. Lizzie Keller has it. Keller accepts the pick from Angelina Jones before eventually giving it to her on the pick and pop here. We saw a lot of pick and rolls earlier, but the girls here are popping. Skylar Skarmakia with the steal, gets it over to Durasco. Durasco brings it up. She has Woods on her wing. She's going to spin in towards the free throw line. Shots up and missed. Rebound goes to Jones.
Joining us momentarily here from Wyndham is the co-coach of the year, Matt Cunningham. Coach will be joining us here to discuss what led him to pick up some hardware today. Coach, congratulations on your Coach of the Year honors. What went into that?
We got a strong group of girls. I've had them for 3 years, most of them, the starting 5 at least, and each year they've decided they want to play more and more. And I always tell them, you know how boys play during the summer. They all want to do that, like play during the summer. They join 3-on-3 tournaments. They've all actually worked hard to get to where they are, so it made me look good in the end.
Yeah, it definitely helps when they start to play a little bit more, play a little higher competition, a little better competition. Yeah. They develop their skills. They learn to play a little bit more aggressively, and obviously Mariah Woods, she's been around.
Oh yeah, she's the supreme player. She's every coach's dream. She can handle the ball. She can penetrate. She can shoot. She pretty much jack of all trades. She can do it all.
Yeah, we remember her from last year when we broadcasted. We saw the game and just how dominant. So we saw her coming in this game. We were excited to get to see her again. And, obviously she's bringing it. And, you've got a hand in that as well. But talk a little bit about your coaching style. What do you do to kind of get these girls not only to learn the game but love the game?
What I'd like to do is build a strong person. So by saying that, I mean, like, I make them more of a militant style to where I want you fit. So then you can handle conditions of moving up and down the court. I got that more from, my high school coach, Marty Hill, if you're familiar with him. And he made sure everybody was fit, whether you had the talent to do it or not. If you're fit and you can run up and down the court, anything is possible. And I try and put that onto my girls.
So, yeah, the conditioning definitely helps, especially when you're running a fast-paced offense and pressuring on defense.
And when you have a guard such as Mariah, she can move. And all I ask for the rest is to do your job, and we should be able to handle everything else.
No kidding. All right, Coach. Well, congratulations and continued success to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That was Matt Cunningham, a co-coach of the year here for the 6th grade girls out of Wyndham, the Wyndham Bombers. So we've got about 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. The pink team still up 9-7. And, John, we were just talking about Mariah. She's just so dominant and fun to watch.
On both sides of the court, too, and that's something we've noticed about the MVPs here today. It's not just scoring. You're not seeing teams that are going out there and having their MVP just throw up threes and just constantly drain them. It all starts on the defensive end of the court.
Right, we saw Skolak. Skolak, yeah, we saw him earlier. He was going to the hoop and dishing the ball off when he could have had an easy layup, so he would rather take the assist than the basket, and that's what you want to see out of these excellent athletes.
And I'm trying to remember who Skolak's favorite player was.
Was it Curry?
I'm trying to remember. It was either Curry or it was Kyrie. That's who it was, Kyrie Irving. A guy who averages 8 assists a game and does a lot of passing without thinking.
And, that's what happens when these kids watch their favorite NBA stars, or same thing in the NFL. They try to emulate them, and if they see Kyrie going up for an easy layup and instead he dishes it off, that's what the kids are going to do because they want to be Kyrie.
And that's what excites them. Mariah Woods is going to bring the ball up the court. She gets around to the baseline, tries to get it inside, but the ball is intercepted, goes off the hands of a couple of Purple Team members before ending in Lee DeMoss's hands. She gets it over to Jackson. Jackson working towards the post before getting it out to Babnick. Babnick shoots up a 12-footer, can't get it to fall, and Woods ends up with the rebound. Woods passes it towards Bainey. Bainey brings it to the baseline, shoots up a long shot, just a bit long on her attempt before getting rebounded by Scott. It gets swung over to Woods, pass it up, and the shot goes up. There is a foul. And that's going to be Sophia Scott who makes it to the line. 6 minutes and 40 seconds here left in the second quarter. 9-7 the score in favor of the pink team. Scott gets the first one to roll in. We know she can make free throws. She made it to the Final Four in that free throw knockout tournament.
A little bit more pressure on this free throw, but that was a contest as well.
And she goes 2 for 2 to put her team up by 4.
11-7, nearing the midway point of the second quarter.
Lita Moss has the ball, and she gets stuffed up by Skylar Skarmakia before Cunningham eventually got the follow-up. Now Woods is bringing up the ball. Woods passes it towards the middle. Shot is up high off the glass from Durasco. Rebound goes towards the purple team. Jackson with a head of steam goes up, but Woods puts her hands up, but eventually fouls. Although I'd rather have someone earn it from the charity stripe than get an easy 2 as a layup any day, especially in a 2-point game. Jackson's first shot rims out, and that's why you'd rather have the foul there than the easy layup. Substitutions are coming in for the pink team now. Jackson's second attempt is short. Rebound goes the way of purple, but that should be a jump ball on the floor, which goes towards the pink team now. That's Daniel passing it in to McGranahan. McGranahan brings it up. Ball's contested. She has to pick up her dribble. Finds Daniel again, who gets to the baseline, finds her way on the inside, tries to get it up, but stuffed by 3 people. I think the biggest chunk of that went to Jackson. Jackson passes it to the corner. Throw is up and intercepted by a member of the pink team. Eventually, it gets passed to Stoddard. Stoddard into the corner to Sorber. Sorber puts it up, and I thought that was going to go in from here, but it ended up being in front of the hoop. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here. Jackson towards the corner. The ball lands right back in her hands, though, off of a blocked shot. She gets it to Babnick. Babnick around to Pomplus. Pomplus shot up, misses off the side of the glass, and it's rebounded by Stoddard. Stoddard gets it to McGranahan. McGranahan brings it up. You've seen a lot of tough defense on McGranahan, and that's primarily been done by Lee DeMoss. That's Stoddard getting around and passing it towards Sorber in the corner. She lost the handle, got a hold of it, puts it up, and misses. Rebound goes off of DeMoss and eventually to Babnick, who's carrying it up. They're saying it's a push in the back, which means the purple team will retain the shot. And I remember a couple of years ago, people were talking about how LeBron would get intentionally fouled so much that those eventually became automatic free throws if you had a clear line to the basket, similar to how a penalty shot would be awarded in hockey if you're fouled in the crease and there's no one in front of you off those breakaway opportunities. Hasn't made it quite down to the 6th grade level yet.
Not yet. The trickle-down effect hasn't reached.
Right.
Tie ball game with 2:55 to go in the second.
McGranahan brings it up. She's being defended this time by Bainey. Gets over to Sorber in the corner, shots up, and just as soon as it's tied, some space is created by this pink team that has at least had a share of the lead this entire half. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Stevens has the ball.
Yeah, that basket by Sorber was earned from her defensive effort, and you just saw it there again, fighting for a loose ball and got the tie up, but on the defensive end, she's been a bear.
So the purple team will inbound, but very quickly it's intercepted by none other than Haley Stoddard. Shots up, but it's ended up in contestation from Haley Stoddard and Jasmine Stevens. So this time, it's going to go the opposite direction towards the pink team. Calling for the ball right in the middle is Daniel. She puts it up right off the glass and gives her team a 4-point lead with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. It's purple ball. Looking for it was Bainey, but she wasn't able to find it until it was too late. The pass was a little bit behind her. You see that a lot in football when wide receivers are running those option routes and they choose a route that the quarterback didn't choose.
And then everybody blames the quarterback. But it could have been the wide receiver at fault.
Exactly.
You never know.
You never know what happens in the huddle, but the quarterback, as oftentimes the most vocal point of the team, finds the blame.
Indeed he does.
So now Montana McGranahan is going to be at the line. Or, I'm sorry, that's Sydney Sorber. Sorber's from Geneva. She's 5 feet tall, a small forward who idolizes Kyrie Irving and the Cleveland Cavaliers. She also plays volleyball and track. She made 1 of 2. Hannah Bainey has the ball. And she gets tied up, but it's quickly stolen by the much larger pink team defender. That was Stoddard. Stoddard gets over to McGranahan, and now it's stolen on the other end.
That's what you call a steal.
Kenise Cunningham getting physical.
A steal with an exclamation point.
Simpson passed it over, and that shot earned 2 shots from the charity stripe with 28.4. That's Jasmine Stevens at the line. Her first shot off the glass, banked right in. 12-16 is now the score. All in favor of the pink team as the purple team's playing deep defense to prevent a long rebound. Stevens skips both of them and puts her team within 3.
25 seconds and a steal.
A big steal from Angelina Jones. And Sydney Sorber can't believe it because she hit the deck for that ball.
She got called for the foul. I'm not sure she agreed.
That's Kenise Cunningham. But McGranahan gets her hand in there and gets the ball poked away. She tries to shoot it up, can't get anything. Kenise Cunningham has it. Fouls being called, 9.4 seconds left. And now these fouls are just being called everywhere because of how physical this game is getting right before the half.
Right, another hands-up call from Sorber. Not sure she agreed with the call on the foul.
There's 3 seconds left, another tie-up, quickly stolen by Stoddard. She's had 2 physical steals here in the last couple of minutes, but the score going into the halftime is 16-13 in favor of this pink team.
Well, we knew we were going to see a defensive game when it comes down to girls basketball. That's where you'll see the teams excel. They play defense hard, and then they try to set up in the half-court offense. A little bit more than the transition, but we've got some athletes out here that do like to run, so you'll see a little bit of that transition play.
And one thing that you would have thought you would have seen more of would have been Mariah Woods. We didn't see a lot of her offensively in that first half. She showed up quite a bit defensively, and that kind of speaks to the talent level of this entire pink team, where you were able to see other players shine because of their defensive effort leading to that half-court offense. You saw a lot of the offense being run from McGranahan. Overall, it's been quite the experience here. Again, 16-13 headed into the half.
All right, and at this point, we're going to bring in the other co-coach of the year for the 6th grade girls, Jeff Richmond from Geneva. He was the co-coach of the year with Matt Cunningham, who we spoke with just a few moments ago. Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Quite an honor to come out, be coach of the year. What went into that honor for you?
Well, you know, a lot of it, we've been part of the Big Leaf since, I think, 4th grade. So we've had our team together from a young age, and that's really helped to make it successful for the girls. Matt Jansen does a great job here, and we've had fun with it for the last few years. And this is a great special event. We've been part of this with my son since for 2 to 3 years, and this is a really great day, especially to see Skylar back out here.
It is great with Skylar. Yeah, she's on the pink over here. Yeah, it's so inspirational to see her that she was the beneficiary last year, and today she's playing in the game. But,
Yes.
you know, Geneva, I know all about the Geneva High School program. Coach Barbo over there does a phenomenal job. I know they have a freshman, Abby Carter, Haley Peoples, the senior, Emily Harriman. So some great players that have come through that youth program. How much does your program impact the high school program?
Well, that's one thing we've really tried to start growing this program. This is the year we have 3rd through 6th grade girls teams playing all in the Big Leaf this year. But you hit the nail on the head. We're trying to grow this for the future, and that's our goal. And we put this together is to make these girls successful, not just this year, but for many years to come in the future. Nancy Barbeau is a neighbor of mine, so we have many talks about what we want to see these girls turn into. So this is just phase 1, as we call, laying the groundwork for the future for them.
And I have to imagine she has her handprint in the program a little bit.
Oh yeah, we definitely run some sets that Nancy has had us install, and her husband John coaches the 8th grade girls team. So you know they're very familiar with Coach Barbeau also, and a lot of the things they do. My assistant coaches, Chip Sorber, former middle school girls coach, and Chad Marison, too, help out a lot with getting these girls ready.
And I imagine you let Chip run the physical drills since he's the football coach out there?
Yes, absolutely. We love it when the girls play aggressive. So, Delaney, our co-MVP of the year, wasn't able to make it today. She's battling the flu, so we miss having her here to play with these girls. But, we hope to have her back this weekend.
Outstanding. Well, we're back in action here. So, Coach Richmond, congratulations again. Thanks for joining us, and continued success for you and your program.
Thank you very much.
So here we are. It's 16-13. The pink team still out in front with 11:14 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And now that's Sophia Scott who tries to pass it inside before it's intercepted from Lizzie Keller. Keller has it near the wing. Trying to find an opening but can't, so she passes it, and the ball is airballed from Brittany Pomplus. Eventually, it's recovered by one of her teammates, shots missed, and Polacek gets the rebound. Polacek tries to push it up the court, and there's a hard foul for Romancic Jackson.
Sorber has been sweeping the floor with the side of her short. She's been on the floor diving so much for loose balls.
I'm sure the custodians of Cardinal High School really appreciate it. And I'm sure her coach appreciates it as well. That's Pomplus looking for a shot at redemption, and she got it.
That was a 2, so it's 16-15 with 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd.
Woods bringing it up. We haven't seen a lot of offense, however, although she has been bringing the ball up quite a bit, and she has been stout on defense. That's Blatnick on the rebound. She swings it over and passes it to Lizzie Keller, who has Mariah Woods working on her on defense. Woods gets an interception, or a block rather, and now she is coming right up the court with the ball, spinning towards the center of the court, just trying to get something going. Passes it over to the corner. That's Richmond, who shots up and gets missed, but rebounded by Polacek.
So if we held the draft of all the players we've seen so far, I got to assume Skollerk would go number 1.
Yeah.
Mariah Woods maybe number 2.
She might be number 2.
She is every bit as good as the boys that we've seen earlier today, and by far one of the best girls here. So,
and another girl who we haven't talked about too much, but certainly has done a good job shooting, Sophia Scott for this pink team. She plays in the post, but she's not afraid to shoot free throws. She's not afraid to shoot from the wing. I believe she has 4 points right now. Sorber, who's been shining on the defensive end, just made her first free throw. She's the small forward out of Geneva. The score, 15-17 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Scott's grabbing some chair along with Woods right now. Shots up and missed, but she gets her own rebound, and Sorber puts it in.
How's that for following your shot?
15-19 is the score, each of the last 3 being landed by Sorber.
there's the benefit to playing aggressively is when you follow your shot and it comes right back to you, you've got an open lane to put the shot up and get a basket.
And oftentimes, getting the ball right off a rebound has you facing the basket already, so you're balanced. And typically speaking, if the ball makes it all the way back to you, there's a clear path to the hoop, so your sight is right on.
Right.
It makes it an easier shot.
Yeah, it's like one of those rebounding machines. When you're shooting free throws in practice, you have that little curved machine that the ball goes in and comes right back to you so you can pop up another one.
It's always nice to get a pass right to your chest, but when it's a rebound, it works the same way.
Indeed.
Purple team's inbounding. That's Babnick. Babnick gets around to the edge. She's driving towards the basket, off the glass, doesn't get it to fall though. Rebound goes into the hands of Brooke Richmond. She bounce passes it to Daniel. Daniel gets her shot turned away, but she recovers and swings it. That's Durasco. Durasco to the corner. That's a long three, but she gets it to fall. 15-22. We're starting to see the scoring coming alive here in the second half from this pink team. Babnick swings it over to Jones. Jones hits the court with the ball. Tries to find a hole on the baseline, can't, so she passes it to the inside. Shots missed, rebound goes towards the pink team. That's Daniel in the middle. And it took Jones and Babnick to get the ball away from her. The team play is a lot stronger here on the girls' side of the court than it was on the boys' side of the court. And a lot of that is, as you mentioned, you see a lot more defense being played.
And I see that at the high school level all the time. I mean, boys are about scoring. The coaches will talk about defense. They say, hey, our defense will lead to our offense. But the effort is always on the offensive end of the floor. The guys want to score. They want to get the rebounds. They want to put it back up. They want to score. On the girls' side, like Kirtland, they finished the regular season 22-0, and they hang their hat on defense.
Wasn't it Kirtland's girls' team last year that at the half had a score that was 2-3 or something to that effect?
I don't know if that was Kirtland, but they've had some scores that I think one was 12-8. They've had some low ones, and you play a team like Cuyahoga Heights who likes to slow things down. Cuyahoga Heights will have a lot of scores like that.
Was it Kirtland that had the Snyder sisters on the team?
Yes, Sydney is a senior this year.
So they have a lot of scoring on that team as well from those two.
Yeah, she averages, somewhere around 18 to 20 a game. Lauren is, 8 to 10.
So now it's the purple team's ball with 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Still 22 to 15.
Simpson turns, puts it off the glass, and I thought that was going in. There's not much more you can do as far as textbook, getting that off the glass in the square at the right angle with no one in between you and the hoop.
She just didn't get the right spin.
And sometimes the bounces just don't go your way. You talk about it in almost every sport. It's those bounces that oftentimes decide the game. Shots up from behind the arc, just misses.
Oh, that sounded like it hurt.
That was Jones that hit the ground, but she bounced right back up. I think that's one of those that might knock the wind out of you in a minute when you start feeling it.
Right. Me, I would have felt it already. I'd still be laying there and be done for the day.
Asking for ice.
Yes. Coach!
Rolling over to the sideline. That's one of those where you tap your helmet, right?
You become a little more brittle when you're older.
Skarmakia tries to get it to go off the glass, but can't get it to fall. There's Keller, passes it to the outside. Fading towards the inside, but getting the ball stolen by Haley Stoddard, who's been a monster on the defensive end just from steals alone. Skarmakia has the ball, passes it over to McGranahan, puts it up and does not get it to fall. There's 3 minutes here in the third. Now Keller's bringing it back up. She's been a very good distributor thus far this game. DeMoss has it underneath the hoop before it's stolen. Do I even need to say the name? It's Stoddard. She's been incredible. She just grabs the ball and tears it away from people.
Rips it out of other girls' arms.
And can you guess Stoddard's favorite player?
Hulk Hogan.
It's herself.
Oh, nice.
With that type of confidence, that's why she's getting all those steal opportunities.
That's just self-awareness.
Right. I think it was Vaughn Miller who said, if you can't root for yourself, who can you root for? That was in the Denver against the world, trying to get redemption in the Super Bowl after losing 43-3 to the Seahawks. That'll be 2 from the line for Taylor Blatnick. Out of Lamouth Middle, she's 5'4", a power forward who likes Kyle Korver, the Cleveland Cavaliers, softball, and soccer. Her first shot off the glass is just a little too hard. So she'll look to adjust here with this second opportunity. 1:45 remaining here in this third quarter of play. Her shot's even harder off the glass. Rebound goes the way of the pink team. And purple gets a steal. They'll bring it back up the court. There's Keller. From beyond the arc. Gets the shooter's bounce. 18-22 is the score. She hasn't taken a lot of shots. She's been more about distributing, but she made that one count.
The basketball gods were on her side that time.
A foul's called, and I think it's on Mariah Woods, actually. So the purple team will get the ball. And Keller has it again. She's got to be feeling confident after she made that last 3. Passes it to the corner for Bainey. Bainey back to Keller. Keller looking for an opening. There's no one open, but look at the floor spacing again. No one's within 5 feet of the other team, so there's room to dribble. It looks as though DeMoss stepped on the baseline, and that's what Woods is calling for anyway. But the purple team will retain the ball. Maybe there's a push on the baseline. That's Keller with the ball. Gets it to Blatnick. Blatnick puts it up and misses it. Rebound. Goes right back to Blatnick. Ball goes off Keller's hands. And they will decide that it's purple team's ball. 22 seconds left. Pomplus has the ball. Picks it up. The pass to Keller is intercepted by Daniel. Daniel puts it off the glass too hard. Rebound goes back the way of Blatnick. Spinning out of trouble is Keller. She passes it under the hoop. 6 seconds remaining.
Gets with the fall.
DeMoss gets it to go as time expires, essentially, to put her team within 2 points headed into the fourth quarter.
That was a big swing right there.
And what's huge about that is not only did you have that 2, you had the 3 right before it. So that's a 5-point swing to end a quarter. And Steve, what were we talking about?
You almost could call it a 7-point swing, because if the pink team would have scored down here, it would have been 24-18. Instead, it's 22-20.
And what were we talking about? How you open and how you close a quarter makes all the difference, and it put the purple team back in this game.
First minute, last minute.
And heading into this final quarter of play, you'll bet the purple team has all the momentum for this first minute.
Well, they certainly want to build off that momentum. Good time to thank some sponsors: Smack Basketball, Jogga Knights of Baseball, Coffee Corners Coffee House, Flowers by Emily, the Junior Cavs, Hi-Fi Entertainment, Warren's Spirited Kitchen, Lulu True, Troy Manufacturing, Vinny's Authentic Italian Eatery, Shetler Office Solutions, OhioBasketball.com, RK Painting, Lifetime Video Diaries, and your broadcast team, Ohio Varsity. I'm Steve Hare, and on the play-by-play is John Kosis.
And Steve, you're really the star of the show with all the behind-the-scenes work that
absolutely.
you do.
No, I do very little. I plug a couple things in, and John does the yeoman's work, as I mentioned.
All the behind-the-scenes work you do, though, with the Twitter and everything's absolutely incredible. And I've heard the stories when I head into these games sometimes to cover football games or whatever it is, and parents are always so appreciative of the service you provide.
Well, I certainly enjoy it. No better way to spend a day.
Right.
Except when I was in Mexico a couple weeks ago. That was okay.
I think Kenny Chesney has a song about that. And that was over and back, I believe. So it should be pink ball. And that defense was forced by Skylar Skarnecchia. Just an incredible story. Now the purple team will have a couple shots at the line from Mariah Romancic-Jackson. She's out of Geneva, 4'9", a point guard who idolizes Steph Curry, the Golden State Warriors, football, and soccer.
Makes it a 1-point game.
It's a lot tighter than you would have thought after 2 quarters.
Right, yeah, just under 11 minutes left here.
And the purple team now has a 7-point run completed as the game's tied up at 22. The pink team brings the ball up the court. Pass to Skarnecchia. She fights for it. Can't keep it, though, as Babnick was the stronger player. Pink retains the ball, though. The stop and start for McGranahan. McGranahan being defended by Johnson. Pass back to Skarnecchia. She turns. She's right outside the arc. Passes it over to Polacek. Polacek heaves up a prayer, but that does not go in, as Stevens now has the ball.
Skarnecchia turned like she was going to shoot that three-pointer. I know she was eyeing it up. The defense got in the way, and she passed it off.
So now Richmond has the ball. Bounce pass to McGranahan, who takes a healthy 3. That one's just a little long, though. It goes off the back of the iron. Jones is calling for the ball. She gets the pass off the glass. She's fouled. Tie game. You have 2 opportunities to go ahead. 22-22. Jones out of Wyndham. 5'4", small forward and point guard. Likes Allen Iverson, the Golden State Warriors.
Right now, we're going to bring in a special guest. This is Tricia Sarnecchia, the mother of Skylar Sarnecchia, who was the beneficiary of this event last year as she had undergone cancer treatment. And as we mentioned, is now playing in this game today. Tricia, how inspirational and remarkable this story is. From a mother's perspective, how nice is it to see your daughter out there?
You know, first I want to thank Big Leaf and Matt for all their love and support. But to be able to sit here and to watch her play, it's amazing.
It is. And I got to tell you, when I came in and I first looked at the program and I saw the update on Skylar, I was reading through it, and I was like, she played soccer? She's playing basketball? She's going to run track? And as a parent, I mean, I had tears in my eyes already. Just when you go through something like that with a child, and then they're back. I mean, not the same way they were, but she's back.
No. She's back. Yeah. It was a long road, but she persevered and came through it, and she's stronger than what she was before.
Oh, no
just
doubt.
mentally and emotionally and physically, she's getting there.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, she looks like she's having a great time. She's out there as aggressive as anybody else. Just she's mixing it up. What's her mentality like? I mean, does she even realize that, hey, I'm out here just a little bit different than I was before?
I think she appreciates it more. I think she found out that she loves the sport. She loves to get out and do. She doesn't take it for granted. She has to work harder for it. You know, her position and her spot's not always there. So she has to work harder to get there, but she has that willpower and desire to want to.
I see her a noticeable limp for obvious reasons with the prosthetic leg. how did that affect her in soccer, where there's a lot of
Yeah.
that flowing running?
Yeah, and she had only been on her prosthetic for 3 months before soccer season had started, so it was a new learning and process for her. So she was pretty slow. She limped a lot more than what she does now. So they had her more in the back for defensive. But she overcame it by the end of the season when they were playing some not so better teams. They put her forward, and she made a couple goals.
That's great.
And now she's just getting stronger and stronger. So the limp, where it was when she even started this season basketball, was more severe, but it's starting to, you can see she's getting stronger and developing. So it's not as bad as it was.
And I have to imagine she has no thoughts of, hey, I'm going to get to high school and not play anymore. She's just going to keep going.
She just keeps going. In fact, when this all happened and she found out she had to get the prosthetic, her big thing was she was always afraid of that blade leg. She's like, I'm never going to get one of those legs. And now that she can see that she can do again, she's already starting to talk to the track coaches at Champion, and they're starting to find out information because they've never had to find out information for a paraplegic. So they're already talking about track, and her times will qualify differently than the rest for state. And,
Right.
And now she's already talked to her prosthetist that she wants a blade leg. So
it's just so inspirational. And you know what's nice is that all these kids out here, they see Skylar, and now when they think that, practice is going too hard, or I can't do this, coach wants me to do, how can you say you can't do something when Skylar's doing it?
That's right.
And it's just so great for young kids to see, and for old people to see. I mean, it's just,
absolutely.
How can I get myself and say, I don't feel like running today. My hip hurts. Skylar's running today.
She is running, and there's nothing stopping her. In fact, when she used to be a starter before everything had happened, and she got back out onto the court, and she had only been out like 2 games, and she got back in the car with us, and she said, I want my starter spot back. And I said, well, what are you going to do about that? And she said, well, I really don't know. And I said, well, you have to work hard. And I said, and if you want your starter spot back, you need to go to your coaches, and ask them what you need to do to get that starter spot back. And so she went the next practice, and she pulled him to the side. And
that's great.
She stood up for herself and said, what do I need to do? And they told her, Sky, first you got to give yourself some time. You've only been back for a few games. And then they gave her a couple pointers. And she hasn't started yet back at starter, but they play her a lot. They start the starters, and then they put her in. And then she went out for an AAU team for the Ohio Panthers, and was asked to be on their team. And you can just see as the weeks are going on, she's
just getting
running
more comfortable.
And, But yep, so she has the desire. She's asking questions. She wants to be back where she was.
Well, she'll get there. What a remarkable story. Just from last year to this year, it's so incredible. And, aptly named, she goes to Champion. That's just awesome. But congratulations to you and your family. And, having been touched by cancer, I know how hard that is to get through. And you guys got there. And, I mean, it's always in the back of your head. But
Oh, yeah. And Sky, she's still not done with it. I mean, she still gets scanned every 3 months because it was in her lungs as well. But so for the next 2 to 3 years, they'll scan her every 3 months. And then because she had a secondary cancer, which they had found later, they'll scan her. Then after her 5-year mark, they'll scan her for 10 years after that.
Yep, that's where I'm at. 9 years ago today, I was diagnosed with mantle cell lymphoma, a disease that had a 3 to 5 year lifespan. So
see,
I'm just happy to be here. So,
absolutely.
And today's my diagnosis day. So
oh
a
my
special
gosh,
day
well,
for me.
congratulations.
And to see her come out here, it's just emotional day. So
it is.
It is. But congratulations to
Thank
you,
you so
and
much.
best of luck to you.
Thank you.
As a parent, I know how hard that is, but it's great to see her out here. So
it really
congratulations on that, and enjoy the rest of her career. I'm sure
Thank
she's
you
going to
so
do
much.
great things.
Thank you for having me, and
Sure.
Skylar, and just thanks to Big Leaf again and all of the families, and to Matt Jansen and his crew.
It's a great event.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
It's a great event. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Tricia Sarnecchia, the mother of Skylar Sarnecchia, who is out there playing right now on her prosthetic leg. Just an inspirational story and just remarkable, John.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible to see the perseverance of one person.
So here we are. It was 22-22, and we've got a 6-point run. I don't even know who's winning. We were talking so much.
I believe it's the purple team.
Purple team now has the lead. How about that? After trailing most of the game.
And now the pink team has the ball. There's 1:24 seconds left here in this game, 28-22. It's a big deficit, but it's not too much. It's definitely still feasible. It's just a 2-possession or a 3-possession game. That's Skarmakia with the ball. Pink team turns it over, and now Mariah Woods and company will come out for them for the final minute of play.
1:07 on the clock. Sorber, Woods, Durasco. Some big guns out on the floor.
But that ball went just wide of anyone. Pink recovers, though. Long pass to Sorber. Sorber puts it up and can't get the lucky bounce to go in. That's Daniel underneath, trying to recover.
Down to 52 seconds.
Daniel, easy shot off the glass, gets it to fall. It's a 4-point game.
Now you're going to see some defensive pressure.
Woods,
36 seconds.
Woods pressuring defensively. It's swung around to Babnick. Babnick gets her pass turned away, but ends up dropping it to Jackson. Jackson bouncing around, looking for anything at this point. 22 seconds remaining. The ball's tied up. We have 22 seconds left in this game, but at 4:15, the JV girls will begin, so we're just about 20 minutes away from the start of that game. And today will end at 6 with the 5th grade boys. Jackson will get a couple shots from the line with 20.9 remaining. Her team already has a 4-point lead. She could essentially put the game away with this. First shot's up, misses. I guess it was a 1-and-1 opportunity. Daniel has the ball. Ball goes out of bounds, but still pink ball with a 4-point lead for purple. Woods calls for it, but she can't reel it in. Now it's going the opposite direction. Tripping and falling over with 13 seconds left is Jackson, who should end up at the line for a 1-and-1 again, given what just occurred. Again, the 1-and-1s have been kind of inconsistently called here.
Very inconsistent. Pink had a shot there. If they could have gotten a quick basket, they would have had about 12, 13 seconds left. Down 2, then they would have had to foul.
And you saw the way it was drawn up. Get the ball to your strong player, Mariah Woods. 5 seconds remaining. Woods has the ball from beyond the arc. Can't get to fall. 2-1, and time expires on Pink's opportunity to come away with this one. The final score, 28-24. In the hands of the purple team.
What a game. That's a lot of talent out there, and I'm a little bit surprised that it was the purple team that came out on top, just based on the strength of the individual players that the pink squad had. But it just shows you that a team can always overcome an individual.
You're right about that, and we saw a big team effort to overcome an early deficit because it was 11-4 at one point.
Let's find out who our MVP is.
We're going to base it on who worked harder than anybody this year to play in this game. That's Skylar Sarnecchia is our MVP.
A fitting choice.
It's a very deserving MVP.
Just remember, folks, 1 year ago, this event benefited Skylar as she was going through treatment. And here she is a year later, not only playing basketball, but already completed a soccer season. Very inspirational story here.
It's incredible to think of how different 1 year can look. Because a year ago, it was a journey for her to get out here. Because I remember she did make an appearance, but it was very short. And then she ended up coming out here playing in this game, having an impact in this game, defensively especially. And it's just incredible to see the perseverance from a young girl. A sixth grader with more strength than most grown adults.
Well, as her mother said moments ago, is she's just so much more mentally strong than ever before. And when you go through something like that, you only have one way to improve, and you have to get stronger. You have to be strong to go through the treatments that she went through. You have to be strong to lose a part of your leg and still have the desire to go out and compete. But yeah, I think it's great for every kid out here to see Skylar come out here and compete hard and play hard. So, you know, when they're in practice and Coach, I'm tired. Coach, my arm hurts. Coach, my leg hurts. And they can think of Skylar and what she had to go through just to get out here. And if that doesn't make you a little bit more mentally tough, I don't know what will.
It's an incredible inspiration not only to the sixth graders, fifth graders, fourth graders, and third graders here, but really to everyone in attendance and listening today.
No question. Well, that's going to do it for our sixth grade girls. So we're going to shut down this stream, and we'll be back in a couple minutes for the fourth grade girl, or the JV girls. I'm sorry, it's fourth and fifth grade girls. So we will tune out here momentarily. Hopefully you'll come back and join us. Looks like they've got 10 minutes on the clock. They haven't started it yet, so I assume we'll be on right around 4:10, 4:15. You can tune in at bigleafbasketball.com and follow that next JV girls game, and then we have one after that, the fifth grade boys, and that'll be a wrap for the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball Elementary Showcase. Whew, almost forgot the word, but
it's a mouthful. It really is.
It is. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes, folks. Thanks for tuning in.